Hello everybody and welcome to the first ever 2244 podcast with one of your...
ever, yes.
With me, Jacy2244, one of your hosts, and the other host. Hello.
Z.
Hi, Jack.
But you can just call me Jack, because that's the name I was given when I was popped out.
So let's pretend that this is the first time we've ever done this introduction, yeah? Like there's been no errors before, do it? But now we are live with the 2244 podcast. So, Jack, whose idea was this podcast? Say it again.
This was my... I pitched it to you a while ago. I guess mainly when the world closed.
Yeah, the world has been ending a little bit lately, hasn't it?
Yeah, and we couldn't really do anything because
we're stuck in our bloody homes. That's why.
Because we can't make bugger all when we aren't even able to get to each other.
Yeah, it's a bit hard. I'm not gonna lie. I've only been cycling. I've barely been to any shops for the past 3 months. It's very weird. But Jack, first of all,
yes.
I have a brain freeze. I don't know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I remember what I was going to say now, chat. What is the podcast? The podcast is going to focus mainly on all things media. So we're going to talk about production and filmmaking and our own projects. We're going to talk about films. We're going to talk about TV, if that's even relevant anymore. We're going to talk about... I doubt we'll talk about radio, not going to lie. Sorry, radio.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, screw that.
We're going to talk about YouTube. We're going to talk about photography, anything media related, really. And we're also going to talk about our own lives because we're a bit too self-centered and selfish to not,
Yeah.
So
I've just realised though that I say screw radio, but I don't know, podcast is kind of like radio.
Yeah, we did just insult the very thing that we're on right now. Sorry, radio. So, Jack.
Yeah.
What would you like to start? We've got a range of topics. I think it only be fitting, Jack, to do a little recap of our time at university. Let's just wrap it up, Jack. Because the last time you and me were on a podcast, just us two, we were halfway through our first year through university. And now, about a month ago, we finished. We're completely done with uni. Education, we're never going back unless we do a post-grad.
Which is probably isn't happening.
Probably not.
Not there it is.
So, Jack, what do you think about your time at university, specifically the third year as well? Excluding the virus stuff, that was not their fault.
I mean, third year, what can I say about it? I mean, the whole experience has been a bit of a roller coaster.
A bit of a roller coaster?
It's been a bit of a roller coaster.
Why
I'm sure you would agree. It's been a bit up and down.
Talk about it in comprehensive detail.
In comprehensive detail, would I get a first if I do that?
Yeah. I'll give you
good, cool. I want that grade. To be honest, it's a very mixed bag over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
thing.
That thing called university. To be honest, we were probably one of the more lucky ones that we were able to get everything finished before this whole thing. I
was quite grateful to actually finish all my work in time.
Well, it gave us a bit more extra time because of the whole leeway to it.
Yeah, just I think we had an extra 6 weeks to do work. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because everything towards the end was mostly worded work. Yeah, and essays and
I totally didn't dread that at all. What?
You what?
I totally didn't dread doing that, Jet.
I mean, if you say so. I had lots of fun.
You had lots of fun writing 3 million essays.
Yeah.
Yeah. if that's how you want to spend your life, that's cool. I know I have no obligation, but it's not really my thing.
Sarcastic. It was awful.
Oh, okay.
It was awful. Absolutely terrible.
Don't even talk about that sound one of 2,000 words yet.
It was alright.
It makes my skin all creased up.
Yeah, I was worried about that one, but then when it got down to actually...
It wasn't that bad.
Writing it, it wasn't that bad. Not that. It was easy.
So have you enjoyed our we probably haven't said, but we did a film course. So that's what we did. We just finished. And do you think it was a good experience overall, Jet?
If you say so.
If I say so, it's about what you say, Jet. It's your opinion.
To be honest, there's a lot of organizational issues with the course overall.
Is it like bookings of classrooms or?
Classrooms were okay. Booking was okay. It definitely needed some kind of way to update when things changed. Because I think in the third year,
I remember you bringing it up to the teachers. There was no way.
Yeah, I did bring it up with lecturers that they probably need some way to update students more reliably than having to just email.
Because not everyone has their phone. Not everyone has internet.
Also, the app that they have on it for emails doesn't work a lot of the time.
No.
And it seems, and it happens with certain phones as well. Like the Android app is awful.
I do have to.
I could never get it to work. It wouldn't even launch most of the time.
That's fantastic.
The iOS version was kind of crap as well. It would constantly have to sign into it.
God.
It would never save my sign in for it. So
Why was it?
yeah. Yeah, when you just want to check emails real quick. So I thought, well...
I just switched to the normal Outlook app for it. I didn't really rely on the uni app.
Yeah, I don't see why I couldn't just use your normal emails, like Gmail, Hotmail, anything. AOL, for Christ's sake.
I used to use uni email, but I just went on the normal Outlook app rather than doing it through their app. And, like, going through, like, this... I don't know.
Yeah.
But... Yeah. Technical stuff aside, did you think you learned a lot in the past 3 years of university?
I do think my time there was of value. Like, I definitely came out of it with more to understand.
Yeah, definitely.
Luckily.
And I feel like we've matured as creators and people as well over the past.
Yeah, we have a good perspective on the process because
if we didn't go to uni and we just stuck to that gap year and like we went straight for, I don't think we'd be like as good or as well knowledged as we are now, as well prepared. I mean, I'm not saying we're 100% prepared and know everything, but I think we're more than what we were 3 years ago.
Yeah, right now it's just the lack of experience.
Yeah, it's just experience that we really need to get.
That'll be fun.
That'd be very fun. That's just in the future of life and everything.
Yeah, right now we can't really do much about that.
No.
Since this whole thing happened, it's basically like another gap year.
Hopefully it's not more than a year, you know?
Yeah, no, we're already doing more than we did during that gap year.
Obviously, for obvious reasons, we haven't got a job. That's one thing that's not really changed.
Well, we can't go out and start doing pitches, that's for sure.
I would not feel comfortable working in these times at all.
Well, I mean, there's no face-to-face things at all. So it's not like we can really get anywhere right now.
I think university was pretty good. Obviously, there's a lot of things that could be better. I do feel like there are better courses designed for us and what we want to do than that one. I feel like that
unfortunately, a lot of the other ones were much more inland of the country.
Yeah.
A lot of them are oriented around London.
Honestly, I was looking at the one in Portsmouth. I think I even got like...
the Portsmouth one was good. However, that was a massive change.
Yeah, I wasn't ready to move that far.
Yeah, it's a massive leap, especially in London.
Yeah, I think I looked at London as well, but I just wasn't ready to go there, like, and move out on my own. I was not in the
different frame of mind back then.
But for what our course was, I think it was pretty decent. It has a lot of ups and downs. We made some friends, so that's good. Always good to make friends, I guess.
Some, yeah.
Yeah, we made like a good handful, you know. But yeah, I think some of the modules weren't really fitting to what we want to do. Especially in the first year, just a lot of stuff was just like so random. Like
a lot of the first year stuff was kind of your sort of like ground level things.
It was basically here's everything, pick what you want, and do it next year.
Yeah.
When we knew what we wanted to do, but it was nice to adventure.
Oh, we were there in the first place.
It was nice to adventure in different areas like radio, because I don't think I've actually revealed this anywhere, or we haven't revealed this anywhere, have we, Jet? The old radio thing.
The radio thing.
The old episode. The old episode of a drama that isn't exactly visual.
Talking about Dirtbag.
Yeah.
We were just bashing radio earlier.
Yeah, but now we're revealing that there's going to be a dirtbag radio drama episode down the line, probably in like the next year.
Yeah. It's already got we've already got a synopsis down, haven't we?
We've got a synopsis. We've got artwork. It's been like in the works. I say in the works. We basically wrote the synopsis, got the artwork.
In the work. All of the main pre-production stuff is done with it.
Yeah.
And now it's now been
the recording and the sound design.
Put away so we can get back to it when we come around to actually needing to make it.
So yeah, although we said we're probably never ever going to talk about radio on this podcast, here we are talking about a radio drama dirtbag episode.
That's on you. You said that.
I did say that, but outside of this, I don't think we're going to talk about radio that much. You know,
well,
let's just stick to that. Yeah, pretend I never said that.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. I think we want to do it kind of after when we can meet up, like outside. When quarantine is over, we're going to start getting the ball rolling with all our productions. But I think that was one of the ones that we're going to focus on, particularly this year, because it's not that hard to do. I think.
No.
Like filming like a 10-20 minute episode, and then just like filming like a 10-minute radio drama, and doing a bit of Foley and doing a bit of dialogue. You know, it's not that hard.
The thing about the radio is that it does have different skills needed for it.
Yeah, we might need a few extra hands. I don't know if it's just going to be us two.
Well, there's more than just David and cameraman that's going to be in this one.
Yeah, and there's also people that will probably have to help us record and mix the old levels and all that jazz, perhaps.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that one goes.
I'm quite looking forward to it. It's something quite different that we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some guys in the wings that are willing to help.
Production-wise, lots of dirtbags have been talked about, especially future ones very far down the road.
Going to the to-do list, we've got them all listed.
Yeah, we've got a to-do list. As I revealed on an update video, not an update by David Dirtbag, but an update video. The next dirtbag, excluding the one that just came out, we'll get to that in a little bit. But the next dirtbag episode will be Dirtbag and the Return of the Ghost.
Indeed.
And I haven't even finished the script yet. Woo!
Well, to be honest, it would have been out by this time.
It probably would have been.
That did not happen.
That is very true.
About when we had a good schedule.
Oh my god! And I don't think I've edited or done anything with the script for like 4 months. So I'm looking forward to getting back into that and finishing up a script.
That's probably going to be the next thing anyway.
Yeah, that is. I think we're kind of planning for it to be a slightly longer than normal episode, because we normally aim for like 8 to 13 minutes or something like that of Dirtbag. But with this one, we want to like pack quite a bit of it. There's quite a bit of content in this one.
Yeah, there's quite a bit to pack away in this one.
So
I've got detail.
I think this is going to be like a 20-minute episode, which is going to be fun to do.
Yeah, it'll be right. It'll be more closer to what you'd expect to get on TV.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what we do with the format and the type of shots and cinematography, because I think we're going to try and work. Obviously, as creators, you know, it gets better as you go, and especially with a show like this where it started from just like doing a parody of like David Attenborough, and it's transformed into just completely new like concept, like completely outside of parody, and then David Attenborough as well. We're kind of like figuring it as we go along. We're figuring out the format. We're figuring out the type of cinematography and all that, and who our characters are, and what we maybe want to take the series in the future. We're all doing it as we go along. So
I think it's something that we have worked extensively on and spoken extensively about, is the kind of paper trail that the Dirtbag show has left.
And that the thing I really like about the Dirtbag series is how it represents us as creators going forward. So like obviously the very first episode it was pretty shit. We didn't know what we were doing. We were just doing a parody. But every episode I think gets slightly better. Until it's actually becoming more of an an actual formatted series, an internet series. So I think the more we grow and learn as creators, the better the episodes turn out, and I really like that, seeing that be reflected. You know?
Yeah, you look back on it
I,
and you see.
I feel like I'm giving like a university lecture. the amount of words I'm talking about.
Oh, do you master's degree? You can do it.
I'm not teaching, Jack. I didn't like study like 7 years of film to like teach it to others. I'm being selfish and I'm taking it all for myself.
I did pay for it.
We did pay for it. We paid quite a lot of money. That's one thing I wanted to say about the university course. It was a good course. It was a fun course. It has its ups and downs, but I think it mostly positive. But there's quite a few negatives. But I don't think by far it was worth the money.
No,
at least a specific one.
Yeah, it's worse. It's worse in America as well.
Yeah,
it's an absurd amount of money.
I'm sure there's like a London film course that's like really worth the money, or like somewhere up north or something. But I don't think this one was worth $9,000 a year plus.
Well, I believe in Scotland, if you're a Scottish resident, you do get free university.
I think you have to be resident for 5 years. I really wish that was a thing here. I don't understand why it's not. I can't put my head around it. But this isn't a political podcast. This is a media podcast. They're changing topics.
Yeah, but that's our experience, isn't it, and how we feel about it. I think it's fair.
That's basically how I feel. Is it worth it for experience? Yeah, kind of. Is it worth it for the money?
You definitely do get the perspective on it.
You get the perspective, but you also get a massive debt. So I'm looking forward to paying that off. I'm not gonna lie. So productions. Let's talk a little bit more about productions. We'll talk about the Ghost and how that's going to be the next one. We've got all these ideas. I don't think we're going to reveal too much because what's the point of revealing too much if it's got
no, there's some stuff down here down the line that's going to make no sense if you mention it, and we don't really want to anyway because it's these are just titles at this point. They don't even have an actual title for it. Just not even a working title. It's like it's beyond. It's like before a working title.
We're not even at. We're just at the bullet points of the storyline for some of the things in the future. And when I say future, we're talking like 3, 4, 5 years of the future. You know.
Yeah, and who knows what's going to happen between that time? So we can say something now and say, "Oh well, we're doing this," and then 5 years down the line, it's that's been the resources for that have been reallocated to something else.
Or in 5 years, we'd be like, we don't really talk anymore. We fell out. We don't really do Dirtbag anymore. I'm now like,
turns out,
I'm just working a fish and chip shop now for the rest of my life. Yeah. No offense to fish and chip shop workers. I'm sure it's a lovely job.
There was a great fish and chips down where I am, but they're closed now.
Why are we talking about fish and chips? I don't know why I said fish and chips. That was just an example of like an everyday job that I could think of. I don't know why I said fish and chip shop. I could have picked anything. I could have said factory worker or anything, but I picked fish and chip shop. Doesn't that say something?
I wouldn't recommend factory.
No, that's a whole other thing down there. Bloody factory work.
You don't really feel like a person when you do factory work.
Yeah, you have said a lot about that and how I remember you saying you start making like beats with like the noises of the machines. You like make
that's just to preoccupy yourself. It's more about how you're treated.
Yeah, but if you're doing it, then you're probably very bored, and it's probably a very repetitive cycle.
Yeah. They don't even like you listening to music either.
I mean, the way I see it, if you're not bothering, like if it's not stopping you from working, or it's not a dangerous hazard or anything, then what's the harm, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
In relation to productions and Dirtbag, we're talking about all these future ones, but don't we just have? I just had the voice going.
You're right there.
I'm alright, Jet. I'm alright. I'll open this can of 7-Up free cherry and then I'll finish what I was saying.
Fuck.
Didn't we just upload one, Jet?
You what?
Didn't we just upload something? Like, even though we said that's the next episode, and we also said that in the update video, but now there's a new episode out.
Yeah. To be honest, Dirtbag plays Rust. I don't really see it as an episode so much.
It's a video, but it's a narrative thing as well. It's part of the series.
Very, very subtle narrative implications.
So
not as much as say VR chat or something.
Give us a slight origin of that video, because that wasn't ever going to be released. Let me tell you that.
Well, I mean, it was meant to be released much earlier.
It was going to be released in like May 2018, ladies and gentlemen. We filmed it in like May 2018.
It's very old.
Now on YouTube.
By Rust looks on in it. anyone who plays Rust can tell that it looks a little bit out of date.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Not even helicopters in it. So when Rust was good before the helicopter.
God. But yeah, I was quite content with like never uploading it. And if I remember rightly, in the recording when I was watching it back, that was an episode made up on the spot. We were just playing for fun, and I was actually playing the character the whole time. It wasn't Jack; he was just doing the voice, but I was playing the character. And then we just came up with this idea of doing an episode, like there and then. And that was that. That was the episode.
I think we were working on something else at the time. I think there was another production that we were doing, which did get released.
Oh yes, I think I know what the one you mean. The one that isn't technically out yet. Is it that one yet?
I don't know. I can't remember.
But yeah, I don't know why. I think it was like the content wasn't, because like everything that's shown in that episode, like those were like the best bits. Everything else was like kind of mediocre and bad. So those were like the best highlights. And I don't think I was quite content of making that a release, but it was your idea to say, why don't we release it? Like, I think I just rediscovered it in my videos folder, and you're like, why don't we upload that?
Where it's been packaged up and put on the side. However, this one was more like locked up and put on the side just because it was so long.
And I think we pull it off. I don't think like for a 2-year gap, I'm pretty aware of how well it flows, because it's set after the 3R chat gaming video and just before the second Omegle, I believe, which is like all set in it was all released in 2018, but this one's like it's released in 2020, but it's part of that just before the Omegle one in 2018. But I think we did it pretty well. I was very happy with the edit, and I was glad that we actually uploaded it and like revamped it and whatnot, rather than just letting it die, because we got an episode out before quarantine is technically over, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing.
We could say we released a dirtbag episode in quarantine. Not many people can say that, because they think
the channel is not dead. Anything to make the channel not seem dead is good in our books.
Which is another reason why this podcast exists. This really planned, well, professional podcast.
Well, I mean,
it is episode 1.
Wishful thinking there. This was completely just pulled out of the hat just to offset the massive gaps in uploads. That's gonna happen with basically most channels that do what we do.
Yeah, but until like we start, obviously film the ghost hunting episode, we do have quite. I say quite. We got a few videos coming out on the channel very soon. I think the one after this will be something that we live streamed back in March, and then it was going to be uploaded as a full video, but then there was some editing error, and I didn't get around to doing it, so I'm going to do that soon. But essentially in March we watched every single like canon narrative episode of Dirtbag, and we commentaried over it. And that was really cool.
It was Dirtbag Marathon. We did commentary throughout the whole thing. How was like an 8-hour stream, wasn't it?
An 8 hour? I don't think so.
I can't remember. How long was that stream then?
8 hours. I'll be dead if
it was 10 hours.
No,
it was 12 hours.
I believe
the same time that David was stuck in that toilet.
I believe it was a 3.5 hour stream ish. Something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
3 hours. So that whole 3 hours of all the Dirtbags so far, excluding Russ, I must say, that will be released very soon with commentary. So we talk over it, we talk about it, we talk about our thought process, like what we were doing of that episode, what we were trying to achieve, and I think that was a really unique video. It's something that I would have probably released on Patreon, but I feel like we thought it would be a nice inclusion on the free YouTube page, because it's extra content, and it kind of showcases us as filmmakers and what we make all in one episode or one video rather than episode. But it's a good segue to the Patreon, Jack. I
was just going to say that the marathon was basically just that DVD
extra.
content that you get.
But one of the videos that is going to be coming up soon is like a 30-second, hopefully somewhat funny, comedic trailer for our Patreon that we've got up. Do you want to say about our Patreon, Jack? Sell it to the audience.
That whole thing.
Sell it to the audience.
It's what you expect from a Patreon. It's a per creations pledge that you take.
So, especially for quarantine, like we're not going to take like all your money every month and then let you not do anything with it for months.
We're not making enough or something like that to warrant something like that. So
essentially, there's 3 ranks. There's I try to keep it within the 2244. Like I wouldn't even say it's a meme, but just the numbers basically. So the first rank's $2, the second one's $4, and then the third one is $24. We should do one like in the future, which is just like there's one available for like $2,244, and you just get like surreal things for it.
Well, Dirtbag comes over and does your birthday party for you.
I don't think
DJ.
No one would pay $2,000 to have a character that is Dirtbag come around that house.
He pours lager all over himself.
That's worth like $20, Jet, not $2,000.
Oh, you got to pay for the alcohol somehow.
So yeah, it is in the description of this video, but we are planning to release a trailer just showcasing what you get for your money, basically, and how it supports us and how much it means to us, because we don't have any form of income for filmmaking like Dirtbag and all that jazz.
We actually lose money from doing it.
It's all out of our own money. Like I think everything we've done with Dirtbag, all the props, all the costumes, all the exterior resourcing like artwork and stuff like that, it's all out of our own pocket.
Yeah, because we like doing it.
We're passionate about it, you know. That's one thing that I thought of. Like I thought of it like a few weeks ago. I'm quite happy like spending a lot or a good amount of my income coming up in the future on stuff like Dirtbag and stuff like productions, because I really enjoy it, and it's like the thing that I enjoy. Like I enjoy creating. I'm sure you do too, yeah. And it's a thing that
obviously. I wouldn't be right.
True, and it's a thing that we enjoy doing most in life. So why wouldn't we like invest our own money into it if we don't have our own like income for it? Like we're going to do that. We're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to make Dirtbags for like as long as we're happy doing it, and as long as we can afford somewhat to do it. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I enjoy putting my money towards it, and I think it's a good thing to leave behind, Jack. You know, if you die
when the world ends,
touch wood. But if we die in the next year, we have the 2244 channel and our own personal channels to reflect who we were and what we did with our lives. That got very deep, didn't it? I feel like that got a bit deep, Jack. # deep.
Yeah, okay.
So, we've talked about a lot so far. We've talked about uni, we've talked about productions, we've talked about life, it felt like just then. Oh, yes. Of course, talking about all things media, we're going to talk about, you know, some recent news in relation to certain media platforms, let's say Twitch and Mixer. And...
well, what's Mixer? I don't know about it. I don't think it exists.
Let's see the Twitch one first, Jack. That's the certain Twitch creator that doesn't exist anymore. You know? So I feel like you know more about this than me. So I'll let you start off this one.
Well, what do you want to know about Twitch? There's a lot to know about Twitch.
Not
There's a
Twitch
lot of news around Twitch.
specifically, but the person that doesn't exist anymore.
Mr. Doctor Disrespect.
Oh yes, go on, yeah.
He's been nuked from the platform.
Nuked from the platform.
I mean, he basically has. He just disappeared, and no one knows why.
I don't think there's anything out right now why Doctor Disrespect is permanently banned. Not just suspended, not just banned for like a week. Permanently banned.
Yeah, a lot of his sponsors have even pulled out.
I have seen some stuff online on Twitter about like potential leaks and what it is, but I don't think it's right to talk about them unless they're actually like official. We're not really a drama podcast. We're just talking about the topic in general.
There's a lot of theories going around, but right now people just need to wait for the official
concrete. But yeah, it's very weird that happened. But at least Twitch, Jack, is still a platform, you know, unlike another platform.
Mixer
that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, Mixer.
I did not expect that to happen, to be honest.
For those who don't actually know, Mixer is was a streaming service by Microsoft, and now they're partnering with Facebook Gaming for whatever reason, and they just stop existing as Mixer.
Probably isn't a very good idea.
And as someone who
Facebook does is always very half-assed. They're a bit like Google. They always like to half-ass things, and when it doesn't work,
I was very surprised when I discovered that Facebook Gaming was a thing. Like, really? Yeah. It's just a thing. I even tweeted on Twitter the other day, Twitter Gaming 2021. Remember this, and I'll stick by that, chat. In 2021, Twitter Gaming will be a thing. I guarantee you.
Well, I mean, you can already do things on.
You can do videos and like you can go live, but like an actual thing like Facebook Gaming on Twitter, I think will be a thing next year.
Yeah.
Come back to this podcast when I'm right and comment that I was right and all that jazz. But as someone who actually streamed on Mixer and for a period of time, I preferred it over Twitch. For many reasons, like I think I'm not exactly sure, but I think it was a little harder to get like copyright issues of like playing music. I feel like there was like obviously a much smaller community, which kind of felt like it would be like a bit easier to get a small fan base because there's not as many people on there. If that makes sense, rather than Twitch, which is just so overpopulated that it's quite hard to get an audience there. I just like the way it looked, the way it performed, the age, like rate. You could rate your streams, which I don't think that was a thing on Twitch then. I don't even know if it's a thing now. But I really liked it. But this whole thing of just stop existing, announcing it via Twitter, and I think they told all their partners like 5 minutes after it went live on the internet, like on Twitter. They've lost my respect, and I'm not really interested in what they do going forward. Really, that's my take on it. Anyway.
A lot of streamers were kind of just left out. They were just kind of left out on the curb, weren't they? They're just kind of.
Yesterday, I watched a reaction video of like people like finding out, or people reacting, and people like crying and stuff because that was their job, and they have like I think they were given like a week to like prepare for it and like move over to Facebook Gaming if they choose to and whatnot, or like. You know,
even that ought to be a bit more benevolent than that.
So it's not very good look on them, and I think there's also some reports of like some of the people in the Mixer like staff, but I'm not going to go into that. But I think there were some reports of them not saying nice things, but I'm not reporting it. I'm saying allegedly because I don't know shit about it. But that's apparently I think that's going around.
Yeah, I personally haven't looked much into it, apart from knowing that Mixer is just been nuked into orbit.
And the most annoying thing, Jack, out of all of this is because there was this little trick that I did on the Xbox where I would because I didn't get many viewers, you know, on the old Mixer. So I just streamed gameplay that was actually a YouTube video. So I'd go live on Mixer on my Xbox. I recorded like Crash Bandicoot. And then I downloaded that stream on my computer. I recorded my webcam separately, and I would make that like an easier way to get out of like buying an Elgato or whatever it's called. You know, the things that you record on Xbox and PS4. It saved me like £100. But now Mixer's gone. Am I going to be able to do that? Is it now Facebook Gaming on the Xbox?
Yeah, I'll have to wait and see what they do.
I don't think you can. Can you stream on Twitch through the Xbox? I have no idea.
I mean, there is Twitch on Xbox. There is an app, so I would assume.
It'd be very, but I'm pretty sure that you can.
Yeah, I think.
But I don't know if it's like you have to get like an Elgato, or is it actually through the Xbox system like Mixer was.
Well, it should just be through the system, to be honest.
You would think so.
I've streamed on it.
But those are my thoughts on Mixer. I don't think we have anything concrete or like new to add to Twitch, rather than okay, I guess.
Yeah. I think Twitch have been having DMCA issues.
Mm.
A lot of streamers have had to deal with basically what YouTubers have been having to deal with in regards to copyrighted music.
Yeah,
Streams are getting flagged.
Might I say I was on the receiving end of one of those at one point.
Yeah, quite a well documented fiasco for that one.
The thing that I was copyright claimed on was a Queen song. I did a parody of a Queen song. My friend Sam recorded a cover of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, and I wrote new original lyrics for it was 2016. It was Harambe the Gorilla, like a song about him, the Harambe meme, dicks out. And I thought that was transformative and under fair use, but the YouTube system claimed Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody from it. Like, I think it thought the instrumental was so similar to the original that it claimed that, even though it's a cover, it's that, it's not the original recording. So I actually wrote about that in my I think one of my final essays in uni. I wrote about that.
Yeah, it is.
And may I just say, I think I got a first for that. I got a first for the work that was included in.
Did that one do well?
Yeah, I think I got a 70 on it, which is the minimalist first you can get. I can word.
Bottom line. That's the bottom line for a first. There you go.
Yeah, that's the lowest you can get for a first. I believe the first is a 70 to 100 in university, at least in the UK. 60 to 70 is a 2-1. 50 to 60 is a 2-2, and so on.
Yeah, and it's a weird grading system.
Anything under 39 is a fail, I believe. I think 40 is a low. 35. Yeah, maybe. I actually received like a 40 before, and I was so upset. I'm sure you remember that, Jet.
So, what was that one? It was one that I was.
It's because I misplaced my notebook and had all my notes on it, so I had to kind of like research like everything that we got taught in class and like the meaning behind and the definitions behind these things, and then I think one or two of them were like completely off. Like,
oh yeah, I remember that one.
And then they gave me like a 40.
Realism and
realism, surrealism, something like that.
Postmodernism.
Oh, see, I don't even know what these means now, yet. That's how much I've learned from that.
I remember what they are.
I can't say
I've got work as well.
We are planning to bring in guests over time, whether they're people that we actually work with, or people that we want to work with, or people just in the industry, or even YouTubers that we watch and admire. We could try and get them on, but I think we're going to try and keep it in relation to media, maybe specifically film for a lot of them, like actors and filmmakers themselves. So that'd be very fun. I definitely we do have a list of people.
We do. Yeah, we have a backlog of people that we are considering,
and there's even more to add.
Yeah.
So hopefully this podcast actually remains a thing and doesn't just fade after 2 episodes.
Well, I mean the Fox Pod lasted.
Jack. The Fox Pod isn't over just yet. I know I haven't done an episode.
Well, I'm just saying.
I know I haven't done an episode in 1.5 years, but I am planning to bring it back in the next year. And it's got its own channel now. I've got the Fox Pod, my still podcast, but like the podcast that that I did before this, and hopefully after, and doing and whatever. It's got its own channel now, so I feel like I'm going to hopefully commit to that as well. Anything about the upcoming Dirtbags? Anything you want to talk about there?
What do you mean the backlog?
Yeah, the backlog. Anything outside of Dirtbag that you want to talk about in relation to filmmaking and production?
Well, we had a proper schedule laid out at the start of the year.
Remember when schedules were a thing? Yeah.
Well, I think we've got one again now after some readjustments since the world decided to be a bit of an arsehole.
We do.
So I think we're back on track with what we want to do, what we want to release, and how we want to release it.
We've got we've got a good way forward, I think, with what we're going to upload, when it's going to upload. That's a good segue to what I wanted to say, actually. We've always planned to release things outside of Dirtbag. We want to mix it up on the 2244 channel and get a little spicy. So,
well, we've got this to start off with.
We've got a podcast now. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I don't even know it's going to happen. But there is this 4-part documentary that I want to get funded and made and make it under the 2244 brand name. And whether it's uploaded on this channel or I get some sort of partnership with a streaming service or anything, but not like Twitch or Mixer, a bit of a different streaming service. We're talking like Netflix and your favourite Amazon Prime.
Oh, lovely. I'm sure it'll be lovely to try and navigate to our own stuff from Amazon Prime because they can't make a proper menu, for Christ's sake.
So we want to do documentaries, and one of the next videos, probably after the Dirtbag Marathon video, is
surely.
But hopefully that'll be soon. Is a 1-minute film that I made for a competition, which I didn't win. Surprise! Sorry to reveal it, but I didn't win. But it's a little 1-minute film that's set around the theme of quarantining at home or isolation at home, and I did a little a comedic film about cloning myself because I was bored. And that was really fun, and I think it's good enough to put on the 2244 channel and put it under the name. So that will be out in the next few weeks, I believe. I'm gonna add a little bit that I wanted to add to it originally, but I had to scrap some of the dialogue and some of the setting up, establishing shot. For example, there was an establishing shot that I had to remove, but I'm planning to add that and some new dialogue. Voiceover from a friend, and then that will be uploaded in the next few weeks. So it's a slightly modified version of this competition film. Short films
to go along with it, I would imagine.
Yeah, so short films were always on the list outside of Dirtbag for this channel. I think music videos was also on the list, and I still want to make music videos at some point down the line, whether it's for existing music or people commission us, or for whatever reasons, we start up the 2244 band, which highly unlikely. But could you imagine? It'd be pretty interesting having it the 2244 logo on a little drum set. That'd be great.
I mean, if anything, we'd be sponsoring bands, but I think we're musically able to do stuff like that right now.
I don't know why, but when you said Musical.ly, I just thought of the app, formerly known as, or TikTok was formerly known as Musical.ly. I just thought of that for some reason.
Music.ly.
That was a weird. Was that? I don't know. Why is it called .ly? Was that the website? What's the website? Music.ly.
To be weird and trendy.
It didn't really work. Don't think it really worked. So next episode, we're probably going to have a guest. We're going to do the pre-recorded section of looking at props.
That'd be fun.
And we're going to talk about multiple other things. We're going to talk about perhaps some of our updates with our productions and how we're doing with them, because I think we're going to try and do this every 3 weeks. I think that was a nice little number.
Yeah, every so often. Basically when we actually get progress.
Yeah. So we're going to aim for every 3 weeks or a month, but we're not going to, pinch ourselves. We're not going to pinch ourselves if we don't do it. Just when we have some good content, we've talked about university, we've talked about our productions, we've definitely not had fails, and I'm definitely not going to edit all the bad bits out and make this an edited video. I might, chat. I'm going to leave it up live.
We could add a podcast playlist.
Yeah, I do need to do that actually.
Yeah, because we've got a marathon as well.
So if you're begging and you're oozing for more 2244 content, but the stream is ending, or this podcast is ending, then fear not, as we have 5 videos on the 2244 channel, and then there's a whole Dirtbag archive full of dirtbag stuff over like the past 5 years.
Yeah.
If you want to see content specifically from me, then feel free to check out one of my many channels, my main one being Jacy2244. If you want to see like 4-year-old animation theory videos, then go to Jack's channel.
Don't go to my channel.
And yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you've made it this far, thank you for those who tuned in and out live. Thank you to us two for doing this. Well done, us two. I think we did really well.
Yay.
Give yourself a pat on the back, Jack. You're not doing it.
No, I'll fight.
There you go. You're definitely not slapping yourself in the face.
That was my shoulder.
Oh, okay. So yeah, me and Jack will see you in the next episode of the 2244 podcast in about 3 weeks.
Be in 20 years.
Probably not 20 years. Thank you for watching, and adios amigos.
Bye.
I know.